Hey guys, it is Zaylee, and before I start this video, I want to know, how do you prefer to take in your content? Do you prefer longer videos or short, quick bursts of educational content? I'd love to know down in the comments. I'd appreciate you so much if you can answer that. All right, so let's dive into it. Like I said before, it's Zaylee, and I'm the founder of the Start, Shoot, Grow Video Academy over at startshootgrow.com. My academy is hosted on Thinkific, and in this video, I am going to share some awesome info about the concept of micro-learning for your online course and even for your online course marketing. I'm super excited to share about this because micro-learning has been a topic in the online course space for a while. But before we get into that, if you're not subscribed just yet, what are you waiting for? Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe button for more helpful information on building, marketing, and selling your online courses. All right, ready? Let's get started. So you guessed it, today we are covering what is microlearning. I mean, what is this thing? What is microlearning and why is it important? Why should or shouldn't you be using micro content or microlearning or the concept of microlearning inside of your content? And how to do it. Yes, I'm going to show you or share a few examples with you and share my thoughts on how you can actually implement this strategy yourself. So listen, here's the deal. I remember creating my first online course and I made the mistake of overthinking. I had so many ideas and thoughts about the way that I wanted to execute, and this resulted in me taking much longer than I should have while creating it, right? So I wasted so much time aiming for longer modules, and I don't know, I was just trying to get my point across, and I felt like I needed to really pack information in there so that it would be worth the price. Yep, at that time, I thought more was more. So I've helped so many people create online courses in the past few years, especially as a Thinkific expert, right? So even for myself and for clients, I realized more and more that the cost of your course has nothing to do with the length of your course. I'm going to say that again. The cost of your course has nothing to do with the length of your course. Honestly, in most circumstances, less is definitely more. So here's why. Let's kind of dive into what microlearning actually is. So when we think about microlearning, it's basically breaking down your content into shorter modules, shorter lessons, shorter videos, and it's really about remembering to give your student exactly what they need to succeed. Right? So this would mean that your lessons are typically delivered within, I would say, 3 to 5 minutes instead of taking hours to actually go through. Here's a little tip about the human brain. Because of all of the things that we're doing and retaining every single day, I mean, even while you're watching this video, you probably have your phone right next to you. Yes or no? Right? It's much easier for your brain to take in information in bite-sized units. Studies have really found that microlearning is just how we learn best. You don't have a lot of time. And I wanted to make sure to even share with you some examples of microlearning. So I want you to tell me if you've seen these around the internet. One great example is educational content. So have you seen those videos where you have an animated whiteboard and they're getting a point directly across to you just in a few minutes and you actually felt like you learned something after watching one of those videos? Yes. So videos like those have a super focused objective. They're usually 3 minutes or 5 minutes long, right? And they really get that point across in no time. So I would like to say even thinking about 4 minutes or less. Microlearning is actually all around us, and it's inside of educational content, curriculums, and even marketing. We'll talk about that in a few. And when we think about it, like I said before, people just don't have a lot of time. I hear so many instructors say that they are struggling with actually getting people to go through their full online course. When we think about the rate of retention with online courses, people struggle with that a lot. And that's not a great feeling as an instructor. You've probably put a lot of work into your online course. And when you don't see people getting to the end, you kind of do feel like it's your fault. And this is where microlearning can actually save the day. You're able to create an online course experience that best suits your students' busy lifestyle. So what if you kept your course modules specifically focused on one objective, right? Think about that. Like what? What if they were able to go through that content and truly move the needle by logging in every day to work on that course content for at least 5 minutes per day? I think that would make a difference. What if your students were able to actually remember what you shared in the online course and then even implement it, right? What would that look like? Have you ever thought about that? I think when we're creating our online course, one of the things that we're most afraid of is if people are even going to use it or implement what we taught in it. So when you think about it, what if you were trying to build, let's say, an online course funnel from an online course? And you knew that if you worked on this funnel for 5 minutes every day, you could experience life-changing results. Think about it. People need more quick, actionable, or tactical content that they don't have to overthink in order to get results. That's really what it is, especially because there's so much going on in life already. So here are a few micro-learning best practices. First of all, when you're creating your online course, you might want to create something that is long and arduous and, all of the things, the bells and whistles. But honestly, and this is from experience, you don't have to do this. You can actually create a mini course that is just the tip of the iceberg for your student. And this is not only for if you're just starting, but if you have a new online course that you want to create, it's a great way to create that course and test it out and get ideas from it. Listen, nothing is wrong with that. So you can use this short course as something that is at the top of your online course funnel. Examples of these are what we might call self-liquidating funnels. Don't know if you've heard of them before, but you see them everywhere. If you've seen that course that costs $37 and then there are a few upsells connected to it, that's what I'm talking about. So that's honestly just one example of what you can do with an online course as it pertains to micro learning. If you want to know more about self-liquidating offers, definitely let us know down below in the comments. Courses like those allow us to focus on one specific solution. So here are some tips for this kind of course. I like to say keep a focused objective for overall lessons. I really love pre-planning my lessons out inside of the Thinkific platform. So I get in there and I start laying all of my thoughts out. Keep your content solution-based. Inside of Thinkific, you are able to upload short or long videos to facilitate this. And that's one of the things that I love about the platform, especially being a video coach. So here's the thing, you gotta be sure that you're providing assessments to ensure that your student is understanding the content. The cool thing is that you're able to do this inside of Thinkific as well. There's so many things that you can do inside of the Thinkific platform for your online course. The fourth thing is, I would say, provide worksheets or templates or scripts or whatever it might be to make it easy for the person to take action and execute. Think about ways that you could just make this easy for your student. And the last thing is that you can even provide different content modalities for people who learn differently. I always stress that. And you can do this by providing short transcript paragraphs or short audios based on the video. You can also host this inside of Thinkific as well in the form of downloads. Man, so much that you can do in here. So let's get back into it. The cool thing is that with microlearning, you can actually save money and time as an instructor. Here's the best part about the microlearning concept. As an online course creator, it means that the pressure is off. You can just relax. I say this because, like I said before, we overthink things. And this means that production is going to be easier for you. You don't have to waste a lot of time and resources to create an elaborate online course. Right now, you're able to take advantage of the opportunity to create content that is concise and easy to digest. All right, so now that we have a little bit of that down, I want to share the best types of content for micro learning. Well, of course, I'm going to say video content. What did you think? You'll see that micro content is everywhere. Now that we have platforms like TikTok and Reels on Instagram and even YouTube Shorts, micro content is all around us, and these platforms are actually pushing that type of content to the forefront. We have a few seconds to either teach our audience or be exposed to a bigger audience as it pertains to who we are and what we have to offer. So what I don't want you to do is sleep on micro content as part of your content marketing strategy or plan. Video content is also awesome for your micro learning as it pertains to your online course. Don't be afraid to create one objective for each piece of content and then trim the excessive explanations or the fluff and get straight to the point with it all. Like I said before, you have at least 4 minutes to get this thing all together. Now, one tip I want to give to you is think intro, body, outro, right? That's a good way to break this down into 3 parts and to make sure that you're divvying enough time with a quick intro, teaching, and then an outro. So before we leave, I want to give you some tools to create micro content. And one of my favorite tools is Canva. You can get in there and create presentations and slides that are under 4 minutes. Another tool that I'm going to recommend is Easel. It's an amazing platform and it's great for creating micro learning as well. On micro learning content, you'll hear me interchange those words, but it's really micro learning. But it's definitely going to help you accomplish creating amazing and beautiful micro learnings in no time. The third one that I want to talk about is Doodly, and that's where I create all of my whiteboard animations. If you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see that I do have a lot of those scribbly scrabbly videos that I actually create inside of Doodly. So it's where I can get a bit more visual with my micro learning, and I'm making sure that I'm really crunching that teaching down into less than 4 minutes. So 3 to 5 minutes is fine. Now, the fourth way that we can create micro learnings is a talking head video. Think about YouTube videos that you've looked at before that are 5 minutes or less, and you learned something from it. You walked away. Hopefully today you learned what micro learning is and how you can actually use it, but talking head videos are micro learnings as well. Now, not only talking head videos, but you can also use tutorials or just even use your phone. I think people really underestimate the power of your phone for creating content, but when you're creating something that you consider micro learning, it's just about making sure that you're getting to the point. So a specific video that solves a specific problem and is giving a specific solution. Right? So guys, I hope this was super helpful. It was so cool to talk to you about micro learning, what it is, and how you can actually get into micro learning and start creating micro content yourself. All right, guys, I hope that you got something from this. I would definitely love to see you subscribe, share, and comment down below. Let me know if you've heard of micro learning before or if you learned anything at all from this video.